Hello, I'm John Krause and I am the Executive Director of the IGS. Well, the IGS is the foremost learned society in the area of geosynthetics, and we're all about increasing the understanding of geosynthetics and the responsible use of geosynthetics, because we believe that it can have an enormous impact for the benefit of society if more companies use geosynthetics in their construction projects. But we also feel that not enough people know about geosynthetics and the real benefits that they bring. So it's really important that we do everything we can to spread the word about them. Well, we're very active. We have 5 conferences every 4 years, so 4 regional conferences in the Americas, in Africa, in Asia and in Europe, plus an international conference every 4 years. They are really where we bring the whole of the industry together. We have people presenting academic research, we have people presenting practical case studies, we have exhibitors showing the products that they make, and that's where everybody comes together really as a community to share knowledge and best practice, and as far as possible to bring in people that are outside of the geosynthetics industry as well to understand what geosynthetics can do. But apart from the conferences, we have lots of other events going on. We have specialist workshops, often run by our technical committees. Our chapters around the world, there are 44 of them, have very active programs in each country where they operate with lively memberships, each having events that are relevant to them in their markets. And of course, we have lots of materials on our website. We're publishing papers. We have 2 really respected professional journals, and we have a constant heartbeat of social media content that we put out to members. So we have a very diverse membership. We're spreading across all continents in the world. We have chapters in Asia, in Africa, across the Pan-American region, and of course across Europe. We have a pretty even spread across all of those continents. And we have chapters of all sizes, some as many as 200 people, some rather smaller than that, but sizes are kind of relative to the country in which they're operating. We have a good spread of age ranges, so we have obviously a lot of very experienced professionals and experienced academics, but we also have lots of student members, and of course we have a young members committee as well. So young members for us is anyone under the age of 35, and they're very, very active in society too. Yeah, there's so many ways that members can get involved. One way is to submit papers for our many conferences. That's a very common way that a lot of people really value, particularly valuable if you're doing research work or if you're doing case studies in your work. Another way to get involved is through our various committees. So if you're particularly interested, let's say in sustainability, you can join our sustainability committee. If diversity is very important to you, and I think that's something that should be very important to everyone, you can take part in our diversity task force. And if you're interested in more technical aspects of geosynthetics, perhaps in the standards that govern their use, we have 4 very active technical committees that people can join. If you're an IGS member, you can join those committees and really get involved in the detailed technical aspects if that's what's most important to you. I think because we're a membership body, it's really important that communication is two-way. We do have an IGS council, which is members who are elected by the membership, and it's really, really great that we see a very high level of participation, both in terms of people standing to be on the council, but also the number of members who take part in electing those members. And that really is part of the two-way communication process. I think the really key way to get involved in communicating with the IGS is through your local chapter, because we have put in place a system where the chapter leadership comes together at a regional level, and each of those regions is then represented on the IGS Council. So there's a real flow of communication upwards, but that flow of communication is only as good as the information that comes into it. And so we need all of our members to talk to their chapter leadership, to really explain to them what they're concerned about, what they hope to see the IGS do. And only by hearing what people hope to see can we really know what it is that they'd like us to do, to ensure that we remain relevant. Because the important thing is, you're paying to be part of a membership society, you're contributing to that society, you want it to be lively, but you also want it to be relevant for you, to make a difference for you. And in order for that to happen, we need to hear your views. You can find out more by following us on social media in particular. We do have a newsletter, we do have a website, and you can go and search on there, but social media is really probably the best place to really get the constant flow of information. And of course, one of the good things about social media is you can interact with that, you can comment on it. So sometimes, perhaps if you're in a country where you don't have a chapter and you want to kind of communicate something to us, putting some comments on social media is always a very good way for us to see what the members are thinking. My final thought is the IGS has really grown from where it was. Last year we celebrated 40 years of our existence, and it's been a tremendous 40 years. I think we've grown far more than anyone expected. The range of activities we have is far broader than anyone thought 40 years ago. And the next 40 years can be even more successful, because when you look at the demand for sustainable solutions in infrastructure in particular, geosynthetics have a great role to play. So we need our members really to get behind us so that we can make the most of that opportunity and we can really make a positive impact for society.